In my previous video I mentioned I wanted to talk about a controversial piece of equipment that's actually making big waves in the camping overlanding space. It's becoming super popular, and I'm sure you gathered from the thumbnail I'm talking about an induction cooktop. I want to discuss some pros and cons of constantly having this and carrying this piece of gear with you, and whether you really need to have it in your camping equipment. Spoiler alert, the short answer is no, but there's a little bit more to it, so let's talk about it. Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for the visit. My name is Nicola and this is Zone Out Australia. On my channel, I usually take you along for some solo adventures and camping, but I never really talked about or discussed any particular piece of gear that I carry with me. But in this video, I want to do something a little bit different, and I wanted to discuss the induction cooktop that I've picked to carry with me at all times, and what's really required to run an induction cooktop if you ever wanted to run one yourself. Pro number one, it fits in this very slim laptop bag here. That's probably one of the biggest reasons that I've chosen this one. Just a disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is something that I purchased with my own money after doing a little bit of research. And this is the professional one, I think Tokit Pro. I'll leave a link for this in the description. It might be an affiliate link, but please don't feel pressure to buy it over that link. It's just something that I found on Amazon. So this thing here is a 2100 watt induction cooktop that has 99 levels of adjustment. And that's one of the, well, that's the second reason I've picked this one, because it allows you to have a very granular, precise control of the power consumption when cooking. The profile of it is very thin. It's no bigger than an iPad Pro, I guess. So I really like the look and design of it. And it fits in that little space between my coffee machine and the inverter. So let's see what's required to really run this. In my setup, I have a lithium battery that's 200 amp hours, and it actually has a 200 amp continuous discharge. Now this figure is important because we can use this to run higher demanding appliances such as this cooktop. The second in line is probably the inverter. The inverter that I have is a 2000 watt Renogy inverter, which at its peak can probably consume about 160-170 amp hours, I guess, which is very compatible with my battery since it can continuously discharge at 200 amp hours. Now this thing here probably could go a little bit higher, and that's why I wanted to have this fine adjustment wheel here, which allows us to dial it down a little bit so I don't cross that threshold of 170 amps. As you increase and decrease the power on this induction cooktop, it gradually increases the use of the battery. Some of the cheaper models out there will click on and off, but it will consume a large amount of power during the time that it is on. I haven't really used this one at all, so I'm testing it today for the first time on my setup, and theoretically it should give me that control over the power consumption. I'll also try and boil some water here on camera for you guys, as well as record my consumption through the Victron shunt. So we'll see how much power it really uses. All right, without further ado, let's do a little bit of a test and boil some water on this puppy. So I'm just gonna plug it in here. This is my extension lead that goes to my inverter. So as I drove here, my battery was charging, and my battery at the moment, as you can see on the shunt, is 100%. And this will give us a great indication of how much power we'll go through as we try and boil some water here. Okay, so I poured a little bit of water in this induction cook compatible pot here. It's made out of stainless steel, and it should work on our new induction cooktop. So let's see how long it takes to bring this to a boil. Okay, here goes. I've started the shunt as well, and I'm recording the screen on my phone so you guys can see how much power consumption we're using while getting this water to boil. Go to level 10 for the moment, and we're sitting at about 28 amps, which is good. We can go up higher. I'll go to about 60. and we're at 94 amps, so we can still go a little bit higher than that. Let's try 80. Okay, 120 amps. I'm very comfortable with using that power level with my setup here, but I wouldn't go any higher than that. So I'm just gonna leave it on that and see how long it takes for the water to boil. The battery level has dropped 1%, and now we have some steam coming up as well. That's amazing. That's super quick. Well, I think we can say the water is boiling definitely right now, so I'm gonna turn that off real quick. So there we go. That was, I didn't actually measure the time unfortunately, but that was super quick, as you can see, probably around a minute. Okay, so as you can see, that took around a minute, maybe even less than a minute to get this water to boil. And that's amazing if you want to have a quick coffee. This thing will make the water boil very quickly, and it's super convenient to carry with you. It was super windy outside. We would not be able to get this water to boil on a gas cooktop or even a fire. So this thing makes it super efficient to get this water boiling. Now I'm gonna crank it up to about 10% and see if we can get a nice simmering going on this cooktop. Okay. And clearly the power is staying very consistent, so we're now at about 27 to 28 amps. And if the water is simmering, this is the sort of level that you'd kind of want to keep it if you're preparing something that takes a little bit of time to prepare, and it requires a little bit of simmering as well. So we almost have it boiling again, and it's just slowly getting to that nice even temperature. I'll increase it just a little bit in order to get to that simmering. So let's say 20%. Go down to 15, because I think the pot is dancing a little bit. So that's a very nice simmer right there. So as you can see in this test, the 200 amp hour lithium battery and a 2000 watt inverter are perfectly capable of running this induction stove. It just eliminates a lot of the hassle around setting up a fire or cooking up the gas stove, especially if you're out there on a drive away from your camp and all your cooking equipment is back at the camp. This thing comes in super handy to prepare a meal or boil hot water for the coffee. It definitely isn't a cheap investment, and I'm sure the purists out there will say that this thing has no place in camping. It converts it into glamping, and I do agree with that, and my preferred method to prepare food would be over the fire. As you can see in my previous videos, I normally use the fire pit to make my meals, but this has brought a nice level of convenience to my setup in certain situations where I really need to prepare something and conditions or the weather are not playing along. So using this to make some food, as you can see, very quick and easy setup, is just it's just the next level of convenience for me, and I do love it. And I'm actually very happy with this Tokit induction cooktop, how it performs. It's incredible. I hope I covered everything regarding this cooktop. I think we've seen the power levels, we've seen why it's convenient to have one with you. If you guys have any other questions regarding this, or if you wanted to see a little bit more detail about my 12 volt system, please let me know in the comments. The ability to cook on the induction cooker definitely requires a little bit of money up front, but after a while you'll realize that driving and alternator charging, as well as solar panels on your roof, will recharge your battery without any issues, making this a very efficient way to cook your meals. Literally costs nothing after that initial equipment price that you have to pay for your system, which will be useful for many other scenarios in your setup. Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed some of the content here, and I hope you found some of this information useful. Please let me know in the comments if you have, and also let me know if you'd like to see more of these type of videos where we discuss some of the equipment I use for camping. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you have, and I hope you can zone out every once in a while. See you in the next one.